Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Boys in the Boat from director George Clooney, based on the book by Daniel James Brown that focuses on the Washington rowing team that winds up going to the Olympics in 1936. And this really focuses on Joe Rance, who's a young man played by Callum Turner, who's, struggling in the Great Depression. He's on his own and winds up fighting to get onto this rowing team for a job, and then it becomes his motivations. He reconnects with a childhood girl and falls in love, all while working so hard with his teammates to really deliver and try to bring home a medal to the United States at the Olympics in Berlin, Germany, in Nazi Germany. So this film is very old-fashioned. It's old-school, traditional kind of Hollywood filmmaking. And you can definitely tell that George Clooney has a passion for that, the way that this is shot, the way that it's composed. Martin Rui, who does the cinematography. Alexandre Desplat, who you could take a very traditional kind of score and he just adds layers and makes it so dynamic. The score in this is great and really helps sell the drama, the thrills of the rowing scenes. Those rowing scenes, I think George Clooney does a really great job of building up the tension, getting us. The suspense is there. It's like, are they going to win the races? And it really grabs you and brings you in. The story, predictable, hits a lot of beats that you expect from a sports movie, and you know where it's going. You want to get behind them, and it does really feel like a movie at times where it's like, hey, this inconvenience is here to build tension and suspense of if they're going to do it or not. We all know they're going to do it. I do think Callum Turner makes a great lead here. He has the physicality to sell this quieter, more stoic character, and I think he has a great dynamic with the young woman who plays his opposite, Hadley Robinson, and I do enjoy their dynamic. I do think that Joel Edgerton does a really fine job as this rougher, tougher kind of coach, and Peter Guinness, who's like the older British gentleman who works on the boats, and he has like a very he plays this character archetype really well. That's like a mentor and a motivator for Joe, and they spend some time on some of his teammates as well. Like Sam Strike plays his buddy Roger, and I think he's definitely one of the standouts. Luke Slattery plays their coxswain, and you get to know them a little bit. I do really feel like this film does play it safe in a lot of ways, and there's certainly elements of the film that it could have really dug into. Like, there's parts of classism and racism and this idea of going off to Germany and facing off against like this fascist regime, and the film never really digs too deep into any of those things, and it does kind of leave it's like they could have dug deeper and added more dimensions to this film, but Clooney's playing it safe, playing it traditional, and overall it's a feel-good, it's an inspiring film, and this isn't supposed to challenge, this isn't going to challenge you from a cinematic perspective. It's going to inspire you. And I think it accomplishes that goal well with some good technical aspects, from the great music to the well-done building of tension and the cinematography. And it tells a good old-fashioned, inspiring story. Even though it has a framed narrative that feels completely needless. It didn't really need to be there. Could have been done without. But overall, a moving and enjoyable experience to watch. But those are my thoughts on The Boys in the Boat. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.